back at the Medicine Bow River Ranch. We'll be joining up with outdoor writer Bob Humphrey, outdoor writer Joe Byers, and OEI pro staffer Ken Byers as they test their mettle against some of the local residents. It's more Medicine Bow madness coming up on Outdoor Expeditions.
The Medicine Bow Valley tempts the imagination of those who travel here and transports one to the romantic days of the Old West. Its spacious sagebrush prairies and water-rich lowlands might best be described as a vivid painting brought to life. The Medicine Bow River Ranch is located approximately 5 miles south of Medicine Bow, Wyoming, and approximately 45 miles northwest of Laramie. The ranch encompasses nearly 21 miles of the Medicine Bow River and 6 miles of the Wagon Hound Creek. The river has its origins in the snowy range of the Medicine Bow Mountains and flows about 30 miles from these mountains through the foothills before entering the ranch.
On today's show, we'll be bow hunting on the Medicine Bow River Ranch in Wyoming. The ranch is a 77,000-acre gem, providing wildlife a much-needed water source in this classically dry region. The ranch is home to giant mule deer, Rocky Mountain elk, and thousands of pronghorn antelope. Let's join outdoor writer Bob Humphrey and OEI pro staffer Ken Byers, who earlier this morning stalked in below this impressive mule deer buck. After glassing the buck for several hours, Bob finally made his move and closed the distance for a shot once the buck was bedded. Fortunately for the buck, Bob's shot was off the mark.
Well, that was exciting. I still can't believe that you can get that close to a mule deer in his own element, but we waited that boy out a long time. But when I poked my head up over the hill and he was standing right there, it still surprised me. And just a rookie mistake. I was rattled and I shot right over his back. But boy, what a thrill. That was really exciting.
As you can imagine, 77,000 acres holds a lot of game, and it doesn't take Bob long to find another bedded buck, this time from above. With the wind pounding the hillside above the river, Bob stalks down to the buck's level, then turns into the wind in hopes of a shot. Bob draws and creeps toward the bedded deer and unleashes his arrow just as the buck jumps up to flee. Then it's off to the races. Keeping the buck in sight after the shot has paid off as Bob and Ken follow blood to the spot where the buck was seen standing for the last time.
Well, found a little bit of blood up there. My maxima here, and I'm pretty sure he went down through this little gully right here. I just saw some does bust out of the bottom there, so he might have made it that far. We'll go down, follow this blood trail here. Hopefully we'll find a prize at the end.
Down at the bottom, Bob's prize is found.
Ken seems to think that this buck might look a little bit familiar from this morning. We're thinking this may be the buck that I missed earlier, and we'll have to go back and check on that, but he's got some pretty unique crab claws here. It's early September. It's still got a little bit of velvet on the back of the antler here, so these deer have just rubbed, mostly hanging out in bachelor groups. It's warm, it's dry, it's windy, but there's plenty of deer here. They're just, we counted, I don't know how many bucks this morning, had a great hunt, and when that arrow hit, he just took off down this hill, all the way down the mountain to the bottom of the hill, and now we don't have to drag him off the mountain. We can drive right up to him. Just everything fell into place for us today. Just a phenomenal hunt.